Good afternoon, dear classmates and teacher. My name is Maria Camila Castro, and today I'm going to take the role of reader regarding this project called How Has the Teaching Model Changed in High School Teachers After the Pandemic? This project was written by our classmates Felipe Chacon and Johan Huerfano, and today I'm going to give you my opinion regarding this really interesting project. First, I'm going to give you like a context regarding the project. First, I need to say that to the COVID-19 pandemic, we know that this pandemic disrupted the world in many ways. But if we look back on the two in the on the past 2 years, we are been facing a lot of challenges, especially in the education part. And either the world is continue facing all these challenges and trying to find the best solution to teach and learn during all this time. Um, Now I want to begin giving you a little bit summary regarding this project. I can add that the educational models that were previously used under traditional teaching were affected due to their rapid adaptation from the board in a classroom to a computer, where the content only was shared through the screen. The Colombian education sector was negatively affected since it was not prepared to provide platforms or tools that would allow the continuity of the intellectual development of children in the country's schools. Not to mention that all the difficulties that we are been facing until now were higher in the educational sector. As a reader, I would like to start by adding that this research for me is very interesting because the purpose it's regarding the digitalization of education as something that it's necessary in the educational system because I believe that there are many inconsistencies in the traditional teaching models that we are been using during all this time. So I think that millions of children need to continue adapting to the new tools, the new technological tools, or maybe platforms that we can give in a classroom. So I would like to quote the following paragraph where the writers mentioned the consequences that the pandemic brought in the educational models that have been employed by teachers. And the paragraph says, every action has a reaction. The action is the pandemic, and the reaction as we are facing the process of education in students are how we can validate the methodology, which owns a efficiency to education and facilitate the teaching process of teachers by changing the teaching models to the current methods. This paragraph was taken on October 11 of this 2022. Since I have already mentioned this code, I would like to give my opinion regarding the title that mentions that the process that we are facing by the teaching models after the pandemic is current uh, to the purpose of the research and allows the understanding of the of this specific topic. Um, just something that we can improve in this project is regarding the structure and the organization of the document. I would recommend just to organize the important aspects of the research with subtitles because we can be a little bit more organized. However, this also this allow to understand the informative line of the topic. Um, just another aspect is that there are some errors in punctuation marks, but even so, they don't prevent understanding all the information that our classmates are giving to us. Moving to the bibliography of the document, it's complete totally. It's current. However, it just need to be adjusted to the APA norms, but this just need to be verified with the test that our classmates already consult. Also, now I would like to continue with the aspect of the introduction. After reading all the project on a I didn't have like a clarity regarding the main idea of the research. However, the context of that is gonna be a study, and that was mentioned. It's current with the topic that is essential to review this aspect because this gonna give the body to the thesis. Now, regarding the objective of the research, that is ICT tools. Uh, I think that these will become indispensable in our context and place of time since they provide help in the classroom that allows of the creation of significant knowledge, which I agree with according to what has been stated at the beginning of the project. Now, continue with the specific objectives. They relate to the purpose of the research. However, to this last objective, um, we could add how we will look for a solution to the problem faced by teachers today. I mean, we can put a specific solution or maybe a possible solution, as I mentioned, because we don't have like a idea, an initial idea of how can we search or how can we found this specific idea. Also adding that the supporting ideas that were mentioned during the project, I need to say that are complete. I think that relate all these ideas are related with the purpose of the project. Also, I can say that all the ideas that were used um, demonstrate the domain of the subject and allow showing the different perspectives regarding the use of technologies in education after pandemic. Um, this taking for granted that the education is a process of adaptation, full of teaching and learning within an educational system, full of uh, uh, full of how can I say this? Full of maybe problems that should be evaluated by the regulatory system of our country. And just to finalize, I need to say that I approve the proposed project. And for me, as a tentative grade, I will give to this project 4.4 because I believe that is necessary, that this is a necessary research for teachers all around the world, but especially in our cases that we are preparing to be a foreign language teachers in training and those who already practice this profession, because this research is trying to contemplate the change that we are facing regarding the face-to-face and the face-to-face traditional education, but also the virtual education, because after 2 years that we test our skills and our weaknesses in teaching and learning, I think that with all this research and maybe with the development of this research in the future, we could have an evidence of what is the best for us, what is the best option, what is convenient for us, and how we can improve all the tools that we are using right now, maybe for the future, or maybe search another tools or platforms that can be used during a virtual education, because we don't know if maybe another pandemic or maybe another situation can put ourselves in a virtual class maybe in the future. So I think that this research is totally necessary uh, uh, to be there for us to consult, to have another perspective, to have another opinion regarding all the tools that can be used in the virtual context. So for this is all by my part. Thank you so much for your attention and have a great night. Thank you so much.